Hello, my name is Nathan Chapman, and today we're going to be going over some of the fad diets and their effects on our body. So, first off, our health education standard that we're going to be going over today is the students will demonstrate the ability to use decision-making skills to enhance health. Okay, some of these skills that they're going to be learning are going to be helping them make decisions in trying to pick the proper health nutritious diet and help them understand which diet may not be the best fit for them. In our lesson plan today, we're going to be going over our nutrition and our ideal diet, some of the fad diets and what are they made of. We have a video for you. And then at the very end, we're going to be doing a fad diet quiz followed by an additional resources that you can go into, and then a short Q&A session, following by our references. First up, we have our nutrition and our ideal diet. All diets are comprised of 6 essential nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, which are fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. We need these essential nutrients to sustain life. And almost all food and all that we consume are made up of these essential nutrients. So carbohydrates, we have more of our grains, our starches, and our sugars. Proteins, we have our meats, our nuts, our seeds, our beans. Lipids, we have our fats like canola oil, olive oil, butter, different things like that. We have our vitamins, which come in A, D, E, and K, and they can and there's some vitamins, those are more of our fat-soluble vitamins, which they need fat to be soluble in the body. And then we have our minerals that help out. And then we also have water, which is one of the most important things that people don't really realize about. And our bodies are made of 50 to 70% of our body. These nutrients provide the body with energy and allow the body to regenerate and build itself back up. So we need all of these resources to provide our body with energy so that it can go and perform. They are also used to regenerate our muscles and different cells back up when they are damaged. Some of the nutrients are needed in greater quantity than others for the body to function properly. Therefore, in the ideal diet, we need a great amount of carbohydrates in order to sustain our energy levels. And so in an ideal diet, we have probably about 40 to 50% of our diet should be comprised of carbohydrates. About 10 to 30% should be comprised of proteins, and about 10 to 25% should be composed of fats. As you can see here in the USDA food pyramid, made by health professionals, in the bottom category, you have your grains, your bread, cereal, rice, and pasta groups, which correspond with the amount that you need based on the big base of the pyramid. Next, you have the vegetables and the fruit groups, which is also comprised of our carbohydrate group, which is nearly 50% of this pyramid. Next, you have your milk and yogurt and cheese group, which are comprised of mainly fats and some sugars, and proteins. And then you have the meat and poultry and fish and beans group, which are mainly proteins. And on the top, you have the least amount as fats, oils, and sweets. So the fad diets we're going to be going over today are kind of different from the ideal diet that we just went over. These diets we're going to go over today are the ketogenic diet, which is mainly known as the keto, the Mediterranean diet, the paleo diet, and the plant-based diet. First up, we have the keto diet. This diet consists of mainly high amounts of fats, normal amounts of proteins, and has a very low carb component. It is advertised as one of the fastest weight loss diets, as well as eat what you want, as long as it's mainly fats. To the right here, you can see the keto diet food pyramid, and it's very different from the ideal diet food pyramid. It has our fats as our basic form of energy, and it has the greatest quantity. It has protein at the middle, and then it has carbs for the least amount. Some of the pros from this diet is there is a very quick rate of weight loss, and it can help reduce seizures in patients with epilepsy. The cons is very difficult to sustain. There's a feeling of no energy. Exercise becomes very difficult, and the consumption of bad fats becomes a habit, and it becomes nutrient deficient. Some of the reasons you can't sustain this is because carbohydrates is our main source of energy. When you cut out carbohydrates from your diet, you are resulted in getting that energy from fats. Yes, it burns it off of your body, but it also fats are the second tier energy source, so it's burning very slow, and you don't have the energy that's right then and there for you to produce exercise or any kind of physical activity. Our next diet is the Mediterranean diet. The Mediterranean diet consists of eating vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats, weekly intake of fish, poultry, beans, and eggs, moderate portions of dairy products, and limited to no red meat. This diet is considered one of the most heart-healthy diets out of all of the diets because it focuses on eating primarily foods high in HDL cholesterol, which is the preventative cholesterol to atherosclerosis or clogging of the arteries. Some of the pros of this diet are a balanced diet, improves heart health, weight management, cancer prevention, reduces inflammation, and diabetes prevention or management. Some of the cons would be some of the foods are costly, some dietary restrictions may be challenging, may fall short on some nutrients but not all, and no specific guidelines to follow and can be time consuming. As you can see to the left here, we have our Mediterranean diet food pyramid, with mostly of our daily intake being considered of vegetables and grains and fruits. It also has a component of eating fish at least twice a week. Proteins are mostly consumed, or meat proteins are mostly consumed from poultry and cheese and yogurt, and red meats and sweets are pretty much non-existent in this diet. The next diet is our paleo diet. In the paleo diet, these foods consist of mainly things that the early age humans could gather and eat. So foods consisting of fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, lean meats, especially grass-fed animals or wild game, fish, especially those rich in omega-3 fatty acids, such as salmon, mackerel, and albacore tuna, oils from fruits and nuts, such as olive oil or walnut oil. So if you were out in the wild and you could gather it or hunt it, this is what you would have in your diet. Anything that is grown from modern age humans, such as bread, sugar, milk, rice, corn, beans, and potatoes, would be off limits in this diet. Some of the pros include weight loss, improved glucose tolerance, better blood pressure levels, better appetite management, and some of the cons would be expensive, amount of carbs can be limited due to not eating grains or dairy, difficult for vegetarians because it excludes beans, which is their only protein resource. You can see the pyramid over to the right with all the things that you are excluded from the diet and everything in a tiers stacked manner. Our last diet is the plant-based diet. This diet is very simple, and it only consists of foods that are plant-based and excludes all animal products. The pros to this diet are considered proven health benefits, a wide variety of compliant foods, no weighing or measuring, and may add sustainable weight loss to you. Some of the cons may be challenging to ensure enough protein, potential for some nutrient deficiencies including calcium, iron, and B12, and requires meal planning and preparation. As you can see on the left, we have all of these foods in the pyramid are consistent of plant-based foods, and no animal products would be consumed. I have a video for you guys today, and it is going over the plant-based diet. It is from The Game Changer that you can find on Netflix. It's a very good show to watch, and it explains the benefits of the plant-based diet.
An experiment to help answer that question was being conducted by Dr. Robert Vogel, co-chair of the NFL's subcommittee on cardiovascular health.
What you eat immediately before an athletic endeavor really can have major impact on how you perform. There's a direct correlation between a meal and endothelial function. The endothelium is the lining of blood vessels. It regulates blood flow throughout the body. It knows that a particular muscle group or organ needs more blood flow, and it dilates, it opens up. When the endothelium is impaired, it cannot open up. It cannot allow blood flow to increase as much, and therefore impairs athletic performance.
The test subjects were 3 football players from the Miami Dolphins, defensive back Michael Thomas, and wide receivers Griff Whalen and Kenny Stills.
For the touchdown, Kenny Stills!
Today, we're going to be feeding them 3 burrito breakfasts with a lot of protein. 2 of them have sources of animal-based protein and fat. One is from beef, one is from chicken. Third is a plant-based burrito, which has beans in it. So the protein and the fat came from a plant-based source. Tomorrow, we're going to feed them all bean burritos. We're looking at the impact of eating a different meal on the same people.
All right, here's the beef.
Thank you.
Chicken here, and I have a plant-based one here as well.
Thank you.
Griff has been plant-based for 4 years, so he got bean burritos on both days.
On away games, we always eat fried chicken. We eat Popeyes. I love fried chicken. I love Popeyes, and I'm gonna eat Popeyes every time.
2 hours after each meal, the players had their blood drawn and put into a centrifuge. The red blood cells sink to the bottom. An amber-colored fluid called plasma rises to the top. If the plasma is see-through, it means there's not much fat in the blood, and the endothelium is likely functioning well.
Michael, today's blood and yesterday's blood. This is a plant burrito. This is a meat burrito. Look at the difference it makes in what circulates in your bloodstream.
Cloudy.
Cloudy. And that's on top is the fat circulating in your blood from the meat burrito.
Gotcha.
Griff, you're the vegan. Here's your blood from today and your blood from yesterday. Nice and clear, both of them.
So the fat from the avocado doesn't have that kind of effect?
That's right. Kenny, you're the fried chicken guy. You want to see your chicken? There it is.
Yeah, it's pretty gross to see.
Sources of animal-based protein and fat have a tremendous impact on endothelial function that lasts for 6 or 7 hours after you eat. So if you have bacon and eggs for breakfast, a hamburger for lunch, and a steak for dinner, this is going on all day long. Your blood is always cloudy, and the ability to operate at your best is always impaired.
Damn. I guess I won't be eating my fried chicken no more.
Dr. Vogel's experiment was backed up by numerous studies measuring how a single animal-based meal can impair blood flow. I also found a large body of research showing that plants have the opposite effect, improving endothelial function and increasing blood flow. Controlled studies show that simply drinking beet juice before training allows subjects to cycle 22% longer and bench press 19% more total weight.
I've seen races where it has come down to the 1,000th of a second. Sometimes you have to do things that you know your competitors aren't doing.
So as you can see in this video, it went over a lot of the benefits of the plant-based diet and how it affects the body. So, now we're ready for our quiz. So if I can get everybody to get out a sheet of paper, and we're going to write down our answers to the questions from this PowerPoint slide. Everybody ready? Okay. First question is, which diet consists of lots of healthy foods that are balanced and excludes red meats and improves heart health? A. Mediterranean diet. B. Ketogenic diet. C. Paleo diet. And D. The plant-based diet. It would be the Mediterranean diet. Remember that the Mediterranean diet is a heart-healthy diet with a bunch of HDL cholesterol. It also is a balanced diet with lots of vegetables and grains and excludes all red meats. Number 2, which fad diet has a focus on high percentage of fats and a low percentage of carbs in the diet? A. Mediterranean diet. B. Ketogenic diet. C. The paleo diet. Or D. The plant-based diet. It would be B. The ketogenic diet. Remember, the ketogenic diet are comprised of almost all fats and no carbs. Number 3, which diet attempts to exclude all animal products? Mediterranean diet, ketogenic diet, paleo diet, or the plant-based diet? It would be the plant-based diet. Remember, all animal products are excluded from this diet because it is all plant-based. Number 4, which diet excludes foods that are farmed and only has foods that can be hunted and gathered? Mediterranean diet, ketogenic diet, the paleo diet, or the plant-based diet? This would fall under the paleo diet. Remember, all foods that are farmed are excluded from this diet. And our last question, what do you think is the best diet? A. Mediterranean diet. B. Ketogenic diet. C. Paleo diet. D. Plant-based diet. Or E. The diet that can be sustainable for a very long time? Answer is E. The diet that can be sustainable for a very long time is the best diet that you can have. A diet like the ketogenic diet cannot be sustainable due to its lack of energy levels and the way that it's going to be processed in the body. Here are some additional resources going over proper nutrition guidelines, how to read food labels, how to spot a fad diet, and proper nutrition guidelines for children. If you have any questions, you can ask them now. Thank you for your participation and feedback, and I enjoyed presenting this topic to you all today. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Have a great afternoon. And here are my references. Thank you for your time.